This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Today's video is brought to you by Privacy.com. In just a minute, I'm going to talk about an offer exclusive to you and my audience that I really, truly believe will benefit you. Listen, for a long time, for years now, I have posed the question, is Donald Trump a dumb guy? Is Donald Trump sinister? Does he have an underlying premeditated motivation to do what he's done, to act in the way that he acts? Or is it an instinctual thing that he just behaves the way he behaves as natural course of the way his personality developed and the insecurities that are so deeply rooted in him? I don't know the answer. I think it's probably some combination of all of those things to make an amalgam of just a bad situation for America. Right now, there is a committee that is investigating the events that took place on January 6th, and they are seeking secret documents related to the occurrence of the insurrection. And Donald Trump is losing it. Donald Trump is freaking out and asserting executive privilege that he no longer enjoys because he's not the president. Now, again, I don't know if his assertion of defending executive privilege is because he's signaling to the QAnon ding-dongs that he's still in power and still does wield executive privilege, or if it's just a fundamental misunderstanding of exactly what his duties and job was as president and what they're not now that he's not. I'm going to get to all of that, but before I do, a word from today's sponsor, Privacy.com. I feel like I get an email every week about some kind of data breach that I'm potentially involved in. Regarding the latest infringement, all I did was use some delivery app to send my buddy a bottle of whiskey for his birthday, and poof, all my data may have been stolen. Ugh. Talk about a buzzkill. Mercifully, though, before I shelled out for that bottle, I just started using Privacy.com. Privacy.com is a totally free service which allows you to create virtual single-use cards that completely hide your bank information from merchants and anybody else fishing around for funds online. You can turn privacy cards on and off, and you have total control over who can charge your cards, when they can charge them, and for how much. In the case of my whiskey purchase, I had nothing to worry about because the virtual card I used had none of my actual personal information attached to it. So take a shot. You see what I did there? Take a shot at privacy.com/Dollemore. That's privacy.com/Dollemore and sign up for an account. And since you're a fan of mine, you will automatically get $5 to spend on your first purchase if you sign up right now. We're talking free money. Go to privacy.com/Dollemore and sign up now. How the heck is privacy.com 100% free to use, you might ask? It's the same question I asked. Just like credit card companies, Privacy makes money from the merchants on each transaction. But unlike credit card companies, they aren't going to sell your information, and there are no fine print fees. And even though they're not making money from you, Privacy.com has saved users more than $100 million in unwelcome charges from veiled subscription dates, data breaches, and disguised costs. Save yourself an internet hangover. See what I did there? And go to privacy.com/Dollemore. That's privacy.com/Dollemore and sign up for an account. If you can sign up right now using my link, you'll automatically get $5 to spend on your first purchase. Who else is just giving you money? That's privacy.com/Dollemore and sign up now. Note that while privacy.com won't give you a headache, that whiskey still might. So I'm going to read a little bit from a CNN article, and then I'm going to read a statement, another statement from the 45th,
from Donald J. Trump, 45th President of the United States of America.
And it is about him asserting that he's going to defend executive privilege. Here's the headline. Trump makes executive privilege threat as House committee seeks documents from agencies on January 6th attack. Former President Donald Trump on Wednesday threatened to invoke executive privilege in an effort to block the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th Capitol riot from obtaining a massive tranche of documents it's demanding from several U.S. government agencies, despite his successor having the ultimate say over whether the information can be shared. Now, the information is not being withheld by the Biden administration. They are not invoking executive privilege to keep these documents secret. They are allowing the House to do the job that they are set to do, which is to investigate the events leading up to, during, and post insurrection. Here's the statement from Donald Trump. Again, this was yesterday. Statement by Donald J. Trump, 45th President of the United States of America. It makes me laugh every time. Every time. I mean, seriously, the guy's a dumb shit, right? The leftist select committee, in quotes, has further exposed itself as a partisan sham and waste of taxpayer dollars with a request that's timed to distract Americans from historic and global catastrophes brought on by the failures of Joe Biden and the Democrats. Unfortunately, this partisan exercise is being performed at the expense of long-standing legal principles of privilege. And if there's anything Donald Trump knows a lot about, it's privilege. Continuing with the statement from Donald J. Trump, executive privilege will be defended, not just on behalf of my administration and the patriots, with a capital P, who worked beside me, but on behalf of the office of the President of the United States of America and the future of our nation. These Democrats only have one tired trick: political theater. And their latest request only reinforces that pathetic reality. So, the Democrats only have one tired trick: political theater. That's the trick of Democrats, says the guy who marched across the block to stand in front of a church across from the White House, holding up not his Bible, but a Bible. That's the guy who's talking about the Democrats' tired tricks of political theater. Continuing with the article, the Biden administration has already declined to assert executive privilege over some testimony related to January 6th, telling former Justice Department officials that they were free to provide unrestricted testimony, but the administration has not weighed in on whether the committee should have unrestricted access to records and documents from the Trump White House. Well, let me tell you, and I hope you'll join me in this, the Biden administration should not stand in the way of the House. They should not stand in the way of this committee's important investigation into the events of the insurrection. They had better provide unrestricted access to the records and documents from the Trump administration. Because to do otherwise is to conceal the information that is desperately needed. I'm going to read a statement from the committee chairman. The Select Committee to investigate the January 6th attack on the United States Capitol is examining the facts, circumstances, and causes of the January 6th attack. Our Constitution provides for a peaceful transfer of power, and this investigation seeks to evaluate threats to that process, identify lessons learned, and recommend laws, policies, procedures, rules, or regulations necessary to protect our republic in the future. Committee Chairman Representative Benny Thompson, a Democrat from Mississippi, wrote in a statement yesterday. So, look, this is advice. This is a plea, if you will, to the Biden administration. Don't get in the way here. Don't do what Merrick Garland has done and refuse to investigate certain things. Continuing to defend Donald Trump in the defamation case because of some odd policy of the Justice Department to defend the president and the executive branch. No. This is maybe the most important thing in our lifetimes, because this is a domestic threat. It's not a threat from outside. The call's coming from inside the house. We have to get to the bottom of this in order that it doesn't happen again. And we all need to be on the same page in an effort to defend democracy, in an effort to defend the truth. I'd love to know what you think. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your attention. Thanks for your likes and your subs and your comments in the comments section. They help me get around the YouTube algorithm. Follow me on social media. I'd love to connect with you there. And if it is within you and you feel motivated, please consider supporting my work here on the platform. For as little as $2 a month, you can become a channel member by clicking the join button. See what's involved there. If that's not your deal, you'd like to maybe do Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. All of those are great ways to support my work here. You can even go to dollemore.info, which should redirect you to the Teespring store and buy a t-shirt or something. All of that goes a really long way towards supporting my work. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Take care of one another.